everyone, and welcome to what will be the very first video linked with my Disney holiday. We go in just 5 days time. Honestly, I am so excited about this trip. It's literally all I can think about. I am going to be doing lots of videos while I am there. My content will probably be very different to what you are used to. I have done a few kind of like holiday vlogs, but we are there for a month, so I've got no choice but to film there. But yeah, this video is the first one, and I just thought it'd be a really good idea to give anyone out there some ideas on things to take to Florida, or not even Florida, possibly a really hot country. We've been quite a few times now, and over the years we've learnt quite a few tips and tricks to staying cool. Florida is normally fluctuates around 40 degrees, but what absolutely sucks the life out of you is the humidity, which can be anything up to 99% humidity. And unless you've been somewhere that has high humidity, you literally have no idea how much it affects you. It is really just like sucks the life out of you. So yeah, I've got lots of things here that I have bought for this trip. So what I think I'm going to start with first is a few items that I'm actually going to be taking on the aircraft. So we've looked at the everything that's available on the aircraft we're flying with. We're flying with North Atlantic, actually, I think they're called. So basically they are promoting you taking your own headphones, obviously to kind of save on the environment. And to be honest with you, I prefer to take my own anyway. I don't really think that the quality is that fantastic. So we've all made sure that we've got wired headphones. I did buy mine. In fact, I say I bought them off Temu. They were actually free. I had 2 free items. So I bought some headphones which are wired and they're wireless. And then what we've made sure we've done is we've bought the adapters for the aircraft, because it does state on their website that you can purchase them. Well, I'm not purchasing them, and those were ridiculously cheap off Amazon, I think. So that's the first thing. Just check with whatever airline you are flying with. And then I saw this and I thought, this is a fantastic idea. Obviously it's a long haul flight. I think there is 9.5 hours. On the way back it's 8.5. It's a long flight, and I know I just always feel just a little bit gross, and I just want to be fresh. And yeah, so I'll probably take some face wipes or something like that. Not that I ever use face wipes, but obviously I'm not going to be pulling out my cleanser and toner on a flight in a tiny bathroom. But I saw this and I just thought it'd be a really good idea. It's a face mist spray and it cools and freshens. So I just thought I could take this on board. Obviously it's less than the 100 mils, and yeah, I just thought it'd be really good. We can all spray this over our face if we want, just for that fresh feeling. So that's kind of the flight. Now, obviously, your main obstacle of Florida is the heat. We are going in July through to August for 4 weeks. It is the worst time to be going, but I am very much led by school holidays. So that's the only time we can go. And it's more, I suppose, about managing the heat. So I've got lots of things in front of me, nothing really in any particular order. I'm just going to start running through things. So the first thing I've invested my money in, and I've bought 4 of these, one for every single person, is a neck fan. These literally fit around your neck and then they blow cold air up into your face, and actually you would not believe how much of a difference that makes. It really does cool down the rest of the body. So I've bought 4 of these. They have ranged in price, but you can probably pick them up on Amazon from around about £12-13 upwards. But I would strongly suggest reading the reviews on those. And I think another thing that would be really good for these is taking battery packs. What are they actually called? Why is the professional name gone out of my head? Power banks, that's it, power banks. yeah, I would suggest taking a power bank because these only have a certain life. And if you're using it on the high speed, it's going to obviously use more battery. Maybe when you stop for a drink, something to eat, you could then recharge it off the power bank. So yeah, this is an absolute must. And then on previous holidays, we've taken these. These are also fantastic. You fill them up with water. I think we used to put ice in the bottom, iced water, and then it's just a fan and you can spray yourself water at the same time. Again, it really, really does cool you down. This one was from Flying Tiger, and I think it was literally a couple of pounds. But yeah, you just fill up with your water. I suggest definitely using ice water. It stays cooler that little bit longer. And then, yeah, fan and spray yourself. This is all we've ever used in the past. The last time we went, we saw everyone wearing these neck fans and couldn't work out what they were and presumed they were headphones, but they aren't. So yeah, I'm hoping this time round it might be a lot nicer experience and slightly cooler. And then if you have hired a car, the most awful thing about going to the parks is returning back to your car. The car is roasting, sometimes to the point where you can't even touch the steering wheel. So we are taking one of these thermal windscreen protectors this time. I know it's huge, but it will fit in the suitcase and we will just put it in the bin after we finish with it. Lots of stores sell these, even kind of the cheapy shops. But this, I think, is going to be a lifesaver this time. We've never taken one of these before. And I'm just really hoping that this is going to make a huge difference so that when we return back to the car, you can kind of sit in the seats without burning your bottom. And obviously you can touch the steering wheel without burning. So yeah, that, although we've been many times, we've never actually taken one of those, and everybody has them in their vehicles. So yeah, I am really having high hopes for that, and I think that will make a real difference. So let's talk bags. Actually, no, before we go on to bags, I'm just going to go into the cooling towels. So that's another thing we use for cooling. These towels are absolutely amazing. I bought these off Temu, but you can buy these anywhere. I think even B&M sell ones for dogs, and it all works in the same way. So essentially what you do is you run this under a tap and then you fling it around the air, a bit like a cowboy, and it reactivates it. And you just pop it around your neck, and that extra coolness just honestly helps so much with the heat. So we have used these many times in the past, but I just thought I would get some new ones this time. And yeah, literally it says soaking it, wringing it, snapping it. So you can either snap it that way or fling it around the air, and yeah, they make a huge difference. So I've got one of those for everybody that is coming with us. And then let's talk bags. Now, we have in the past taken food into the parks and drinks, and you want to keep them cool. So we have previously taken, I do apologise, the last bit got cut really short. Basically, I received a phone call, then I had to go back to work, and now it's later on, so you will see a light bulb on, and probably the lighting's a little bit different, so I really apologise about that. But let's get back into it. So I was saying about the cooler bag rucksack, and previously we have taken food into the parks, not like, you know, major things. My husband has made rolls in the past and snacky bits. Obviously, because it's so hot, you want to keep it cool, so we bought cooler blocks from one of the dollar stores, and then we've put them in here, and then it's kept really cool all day. This one's quite cool actually. It does actually have a bottle hook on it to open bottles. Not that we will be, but you know, you never know when it might come useful. And this one is supposed to be really good for aeration. Is that a word? Aerating. I can't actually think of the word. Is that the word? I'm not sure. But anyway, to keep cool against your body, because obviously it is mega hot. I purposely bought this one. I spent quite a while looking because I know previously when we've gone, my husband has had the rucksack on and then we've all kind of like stopped and taken our phones out and things of pockets. So I wanted to make sure this time I got one with lots of pockets. So it's got a large one to the front, which is also insulated. And then it's got another smaller one to the front, sorry. And then it's got 2 side ones as well. These have been invaluable every time we've gone to Florida. Honestly, they are just so fantastic for keeping everything cool. We kind of got into a routine last time of putting water bottles in the freezer overnight, and then they would gradually defrost during the day, so we could constantly sip water because it was slowly defrosting. And because it was so cold, because obviously it being frozen in the freezer, it was just nice having a really cold drink. Plus in the cooler bag, it just kept it super cool. Now I have bought something else this time. I bought this off Temu. It is one of the Stanley Cup dupes. Someone has actually said that you can get like special lids for them that will allow you to be able to put this straw down or cover it up. So I'm going to look for those in America. I don't know if I will take this one, but I've got a cup fairly similar to that I use in the UK. I keep in my car, and honestly, we have had a few heat waves now, and I've kept this in the car with really cold water in, and it has stayed freezing cold all day. So these really do work. They are kind of insulated. So I've got 2 options really. We either invest in some of these in Florida for everybody, and then you've kind of got a really cold drink all day, or we just get the kind of cheapo ones while we're out there, stick them in the freezer. So I don't know which way we do it yet, but maybe a little bit of both. Not too sure. Now in the parks, you can get free water. Being honest, it doesn't taste the greatest. And as actual drinking water, I love water, but I wouldn't drink their water. I don't know if it's improved since the last time we went, but it just has this real weird smell and taste to it, which I find quite off-putting. So what I have bought, and they do sell these out in America and probably will buy some more, but I thought I'd get a couple of these because my daughter loves Slush Puppies. They literally just squeeze so much into your water bottle, and it obviously make water taste nice. So I do think that's a good option as well, and I know not everybody likes water, so something like this is a really good option. And they sell these kind of things everywhere: Aldi, Lidl's. I think this might have been from B&M or Home Bargains, maybe Home Bargains actually. So yeah, I thought that was a good kind of alternative, and it is so important when you are especially going around the parks, but in general in Florida, to keep hydrated. You will be really shocked at how much the sun takes out of you and how dehydrated you get. It's crazy. So yeah, and little and often really, drinking loads. So yeah, that is a few bits that I've bought. So sticking with the bag, I bought some of these. I think they're called, is it Carabiners? There are 3 actually. I'm not sure where the other one has gone. Is it Carabiner? I think. I've got these actually from Primark. They were £1 each. I thought they were super cute. So I did pick up some Disney ones. And these are fantastic for putting on your rucksack, and then you can attach things. And it's surprising actually how many things that you realise you could attach to these. Even the cooling towels you could attach. If they don't have a tag, you could make a little hole. But yeah, these are really useful. And like I said, these were £1 from Primark, so I did pick up 3. Not sure where the 3rd one has gone, but yeah, really good. And then you're going to be walking loads and loads of miles. I think last time we were averaging on 11 to 13 miles a day. It's a lot. There is so much walking, and obviously it's a huge place. It's really spread out. We have all invested in some really good trainers. I don't normally spend a lot of money on trainers, but I've invested in a pair of Brooks. My feet naturally turn in. I have suffered with plantar fasciitis in the past, and I am quite nervous about the amount of walking. So I wanted a really, really good trainer. The ones I've got actually are meant to give support on the arch, so they kind of almost correct a little bit. So definitely a good pair of shoes. Flip-flops are okay. I have worn flip-flops in the past, but you will find towards the end of the day your feet are really hurting. I have invested in 4 pairs now of Fit Flops. They are fantastic for plantar fasciitis. They are also fantastic if your foot does turn in because they've got arch support. So yeah, that's all I wear now. I'd also suggest some really good sports socks. I've only got 1 pair so far, and I'm going to wait till I get there to invest in some really good pairs. I've worn cheap trainer socks in the past. The ankles fall down. You then get sore ankles or blisters. Yeah, it's not great. So you really need to look after your feet because they are doing the majority of the work on that holiday. I have invested in some of these Compeed blister plasters. I just wanted to invest in a really, really good plaster, not just a basic plaster, something that is actually designed for blisters, because I'm presuming even with the best of footwear, we are probably going to get the odd blister. So, and obviously they will sell these kind of things in the US, but I just thought I would get them from here. I know the brand Compeed. It saves us having to go out looking for them. And these will just be kept in the rucksack if anybody needs them. Another thing which is utterly vital for the parks. Now, I remember not the last time we went, but the time before. That was our first ever time in August. I remember walking around the park and I suddenly went, oh my God, what is that dripping down my back? And I'd never ever really sweated before, ever. And it was actually sweat dripping down my spine. And I was completely freaked out because I know that sounds really bizarre, but some people don't sweat. Now I'm kind of hitting I'm in perimenopause. Now I do have a problem with that. It's just not nice to have sweat patches. So I really suggest investing in good sportswear. I have got myself a few pairs of cycling shorts. These are quite good as well. They have pockets which could come in handy, and the tops. So important, I can't stress. And probably a good sports bra actually, because they will, they're designed to absorb sweat. I've got a few like this with no arms. I've gone for quite A-line shapes because I don't really like anything clinging to me. And then I have also got a t-shirt type. I picked this up from the outlet actually. It was reduced to £10, which I thought was really good. But yeah, lots and lots of this kind of dry fit clothing. You're going to need it because you are going to be sweating your backside off, and with this kind of clothing it will dry really quickly, which is so important. And especially there are lots of water rides. You don't want to be sat in damp clothing for ages, whereas something like that will just dry really quickly. So yeah, we've all got sportswear, apart from actually my daughter, but I'm hoping that when we get out there into Florida, we can talk her into getting some, because yeah, it's not nice. And it's just nice to have that cool feeling. And then I've picked up one of these. This was from Primark, £4.50. It is a waist pack. These are just really handy. If, like I said, normally my husband would have all of our phones in his rucksack, but I use my phone for all of my videos. So I am maybe looking into some kind of GoPro, but for now the idea is that I'll be using my phone, and I don't want to be stopping my husband every 2 minutes. So I have checked, it does just about fit my phone, and this is also waterproof, so again really good for those water rides, and even just keeping some loose change in here or something like that. So yeah, £4.50, and it just go around my waist and I can keep anything in there that I need to, basically. Florida is well known for its downpours. I personally love them. I love of an evening having the thunder and lightning, especially when you're driving back from the parks and you literally see bolts of lightning in the sky. I have never, ever seen anything like it. And we certainly don't get anything quite as what I would call spectacular. It is almost like a light show in itself. I've never really seen anything like that in this country. You are going to get huge downpours. We've been caught actually a couple of times coming out of Animal Kingdom. I don't know what it is about Animal Kingdom, but yeah, we have got soaked. And when I say soaked, you could literally take your clothes off and wring them out. You are soaking wet. So I've bought everybody a hooded poncho. These are just, these are actually better quality. I do have some really cheap ultra thin plastic ones which I thought we could put down on rides, the wet rides, to just kind of like make sure that you don't end up coming off with a soaking wet bottom. But these are for everyone in a downpour. We can quickly whack one of these on and hopefully keep dry, because in the past we've just braved it and got soaked. And yeah, it's kind of funny because you end up looking like drowned rats. But yes, I'm 46 years of age, but who can go to Florida without Disney nails? Certainly not me. So I did have my nails done the other day. They're both different on each side, but I wanted something bright. I looked at loads and loads of Disney nails on Pinterest and things like that, and they were all very, very similar, kind of like reds with the bows and things like that, and I just wanted something completely different. So on this hand, I've gone for bright tips. Now, the reason why I've gone for just tips only is it's going to be a long time now till my next nail appointment, and obviously it's going to grow out, and I just thought if I went for an actual colour, it's going to show up more that it's grown out. So I've gone for coloured tips and then lots of these Disney shaped balloons. And then on this side, honestly, my nail lady is so talented. I've got the tips again, and then can you see I've got Mickey's face? So cute. So yeah, Disney nails is a must. And I don't know, I just wanted something bright. It's going to be a super happy, bright holiday, and I wanted to emphasize that in my nails. So yeah, nails. And then around the parks, most people, or most women, will wear Disney ears. They are very, very, very expensive in the parks, and we have bought them in the past. It's quite nice to buy something from one of the actual Disney stores. I wouldn't actually say that Disney, their ears are the most comfiest. I find them very heavy. I find they dig in behind the backs of my ears. So I've just gone cheapo this year. I went onto Temu and I have bought loads and loads. There are 3 girlies, including myself, on this trip. So I thought I would buy a selection, and then I'll just kind of leave them in the living room, and we can all wear them as and when we please, or choose one. But I thought that was quite cool for Animal Kingdom. I've got a blue bowed one. I just think they're lush. And these were literally £2. Some were £1.70 something, and the others were £2. So I've got lots of Disney ears to take, saving myself pennies. And then I saw these. Now, a lot of the time when I'm actually around the parks, I will either wear my hair up in a bun or a ponytail, or I'll wear it in French plaits, because I cannot bear hair around my head, my neck. I just want it off. It's just way too hot. So I saw these. I thought they were absolutely adorable. There's 4 pairs as well. I'll leave these out, and then, you know, we can all wear them if we want to. But they are basically hairbands with the Disney bow. So you could essentially have a bun on top and then your Disney ears. How lush are they? I just think they're absolutely adorable. So yeah, 4 of those. Oh, sequins are cool. Quite like the champagne one as well. I've just got these things, and my daughter is going, my son and my daughter's friend. So there's 3 girls. I'll just leave them around, and we can all kind of help ourselves as and when we feel like it. She's also not been to the parks before, so she might be a bit reluctant to begin with, but I think when she gets into parks and she sees that everybody's wearing them, it's just kind of the norm, isn't it? So super, super humid, super hot. You obviously need good sun protection. I've got this Clear and Cool Protect. So not only is sun protection, but it's also cooling. It's non-greasy, so we can literally just spray this over ourselves and not have kind of any tackiness or the need to wash our hands afterwards. I did pick up Factor 30 and I think I've got 4 bottles of these. So that should be more than enough, and we'll just keep one in the rucksack. And obviously with the cooler block, it'll keep cool as well. I've also bought a sun protection for anyone's hair really. This is Factor 50 and it's hair and scalp sun spray. So it's saying it's non-greasy and it's water resistant. I picked this up from Primark, £4.50, and I just thought it was really, really good because I do feel it's really important to protect your hair when you're on holiday, and we protect our skin, so why would we not protect our hair? And then I got a humidity shield. I didn't actually go out looking for this. I was in TK Maxx, and I saw this and I just thought, this sounds great. I have naturally got curly and wavy hair, and in humidity it just grows like, is it Monica out of Friends? It just grows as the day goes on. So this is by Living Proof and it's a humidity shield. So I'm hoping that this is really, really good. This was £12.99 in TK Maxx and it says RRP is £23. Yeah, I thought that would be worth a go. And another thing for the parks, I think I showed that one earlier, but I also picked this one up. This was in a holiday actually in Spain a few years ago, and I just found it. I obviously put it by for one of these holidays, but it is just like a facial mister. Just fill it with water and then it mists. Okay, let's talk water parks. We'll be going to all the water parks, and we've also got a reservation at Discovery Cove. Discovery Cove, to me, and I know this isn't going to be for everyone, but for me, it's just amazing. I love it. To me, it's almost like a spa day and a little bit of a treat after going in the parks and having all that craziness and all that walking. I just feel it's almost like a reward. I know there's lots of people out there that won't agree with things, and I totally understand that. But I just do love Discovery Cove. We have been once before, so this will be our second time. I do have a waterproof phone, but I just can't trust that it's waterproof. I know that sounds utterly ridiculous. I physically would not be able to put that phone underwater. So I have bought 2 of these. These were from Temu as well. They just go around your neck, put your phone in, it makes your phone completely waterproof. So they were really cheap. And then for the actual water parks, we used this a lot actually last time. It's a completely waterproof bag. So you put your phones and anything else in it, and then you roll it around and then clip it into place, and it's completely waterproof in there. We did actually use that quite a lot last time, and I just dug out a lot of things that I'd taken from last time. That is coming with us. Again, keeping on the water parks, the floors in July, August are roasting. I remember last time running from ride to ride because the floor was that hot. I don't know if I've got ultra sensitive feet or something. I do suffer restless leg syndrome, so I don't know if that does make your feet sensitive, because I'll be running around, but then the rest of my family were, but then you see other people just walking on the floors as if it's the most normal thing in the world, but it is boiling. So last time I went, I did take pool shoes and I use them in every single park. So I have bought these for myself and my daughter and her friend. My son and my husband didn't want them, so I've just bought them for us 3 girlies. But yeah, they've got a really good sole on them and they keep my feet from burning basically. So yeah, really good investment for those water parks. And we do have some goggles, but they all kind of needed renewing, to be honest with you. So I've invested in, I think, 3 pairs of goggles. I'm not really a goggle user, so I didn't get myself any, and actually if I did really want to use them, I could borrow them. But I bought 3 pairs of these, and these are actually in Home Bargains, and I think there was something like $3.99 or $4.99 a pack, and they are Speedo ones as well, so I thought that was actually really good. Yeah, I hope this has been useful to you. There's lots of things along the way that we have definitely learned, tips and tricks when we go to Florida, and I did feel it was important to pass that on to anybody. Some of you may have been before, some of you may not, but I do think it's helpful sometimes if someone has been somewhere and has got a little bit of experience and knows a few things here and there. I will say another thing that I do. I'm not a cheapskate, but if there is a voucher going or a discount, I am in there. I have got a blue light discount card. I get that through my work. And I'm on a few Facebook pages, and people have said that apparently if you go to Florida, and I'm presuming there's other places in America, and ask if they do emergency light service or emergency services discount, they will say yes, and then you can show your blue light card. Or sometimes they don't ask. I don't think they actually recognise a blue light card in the USA, but they do obviously recognise emergency services. And I have seen a lot of people on these Facebook pages say that they've received discounts. So it's definitely worth asking. Another thing is when you go to a lot of these restaurants, they will have shed loads of flyers for restaurants, and in there will be coupons. I also sign up via email to lots of restaurants when I'm out there. Some of the malls actually as well. If you sign up and download that app, you can actually get vouchers and discount codes for shopping, for eating out, and it actually does save you a lot of money. We did sign up for the Golden Corral in everybody's name last time, and you all get a birthday voucher, which is a free meal. So little things like that actually really help, because even more so now, if we can save a bit of money here and there and everywhere, then we will. We have only got so many days left. We go hidden, actually, we're not hidden, but you can't actually see it. I've got a suitcase out. Again, another good way of saving money is I've paid for 3 suitcases on the way out and 5 on the way back. So you can either put a suitcase in a suitcase, or you can go out 3 suitcases and buy 2 suitcases. So it's a very good way of, because luggage is expensive. I think our original tickets did include a 23 kilogram bag and a hand luggage bag. My son's didn't, because he decided after we booked it that he wanted to come. So we booked his, just booked it on the cheap with no luggage, but I've since booked some luggage for him to come back with. So he will have a hand luggage case, one of ours. And yeah, it's definitely cheaper that way because you're not paying for 2 ways. But yeah, that's a little tip. I don't know if any of you ever done that. I have actually done that on other holidays as well. So yeah, we've got 3 suitcases on the way out and 5 on the way back. And then we've got 3 hand luggage, and then we also get our personal bag. So I normally take a rucksack, and then I take a cross the body bag, and kind of, I suppose, it's not really hiding it because I always wear it to the side, but then it'll almost be underneath the rucksack. I've never actually been asked to take it off, but if I need to, it can go in my rucksack. But I kind of like having that cross the body bag so I can quickly get out passports and documents. It's going to be a very, very, very full on day the first day. When we get there, we are debating about popping to a supermarket and picking up a few bits. I don't know if we'll do that. We're just going to play it by ear, see how tired we are. We will probably have to get some food when we get there. Our flight, it's a bit weird actually, it goes in grades. So the seat we've got, you only get 1 meal, which for an 8.5 hour flight really isn't a lot. So I think when we're at the airport, we will buy some snacks, sandwiches, things like that. The first part of the meal service will be a proper meal, and then we can kind of have a snack later on. But probably when we get there, it's going to be quite late and we're probably ready to eat again. When we get there, we're just going to go on to Florida time. We're not going to be thinking about UK time. So I think that is the best way of getting over any sort of jet lag. Go to bed their time, wake up their time. And yeah, honestly, I'm just bursting. I feel like I've kind of played this down a little bit on my channel. I haven't banged on about it too much. I've mentioned it a few times because I know it sounds really, really silly, but I just feel sometimes that I know that not everybody can do this in life. I know not everybody has the opportunity. I know not everybody has the money. I get that. And I am so privileged to be doing what we're doing. And I am very much that person. I don't like to rub it in people's faces. But in the same hand, I choose to do YouTube to kind of share my life with you. I do lots of hauls and things like that. And I don't want to disappear off the face of the earth for 4 weeks. So my content will be going into parks. I'm not saying I'm going to be doing loads of filming. I don't know how it's going to go yet. I'm going to play it by ear. But I would like to film some of the parks. I would also like to film some of our days out shopping, do some hauls. I know not necessarily you can't go out and buy these things if you live in the UK, but I love seeing what's available in other countries. I even love supermarkets, and I just think I find it interesting, so I hope you do too. Anyway, I have rambled now. So I really hope that some of these things that we are taking would be useful for you if you ever do this kind of holiday, or even just for other holidays, you could use some of these bits. So yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed this, and I really hope you are going to enjoy the content that is coming up for the next 4 weeks. Take care, everybody, and I will see you really soon. And if you're not subscribed, make sure to hit that sub button to not miss any of this content. Bye.
How did we end up here in the corner, looking like enemies? We used to be the team people talk about.